A guy suddenly noticed a red aiming dot on his girlfriend's head. He quickly glanced over at the building across the street, where a professional assassin was lying in wait. Meanwhile, his girlfriend was completely oblivious to the danger, still arguing away. The guy quickly turned around and quietly slipped on his headphones. You've got 3 seconds to step back, or a 30 caliber round travel 100 feet per second might just paint the wall with your brain. 3 Ethan, I need you to talk to me. To keep his girlfriend safe, he had no choice but to leave, even though it broke his heart. He never expected that on what seemed like an ordinary day at work, he would find himself caught up in a terrorist attack. Just a few hours earlier, Ethan, who was responsible for monitoring the bags, had picked up a set of unclaimed headphones. Just as he was about to take it to the service desk, he suddenly got a weird text message telling him to put on the headphones right away. Ethan hesitantly placed the headphones over his ears, but the message he heard took him by surprise. One bag per one life. He figured it was just a prank by his coworkers. Little did he know, the person on the other end had already gathered all his information from their computer. Someone else had also managed to sneak into his house to gather all the potential threats to Ethan. In the end, they went with his pregnant girlfriend, Nora, who also worked at the same airline. They quickly used that information to threaten him. About half an hour later, a black suitcase wrapped with a red ribbon came through his line. He couldn't intercept it, or else he'd risk losing his girlfriend and unborn child, especially if the other party started reciting his private information verbatim. Ethan was successfully persuaded under pressure, but when he inquired about what was in the suitcase, the other person stayed silent. This made Ethan understand just how serious the situation was. He tried to calm the other person down while secretly using his phone under the desk to call the cops. However, he was caught off guard when the other party had already taken control of the airport's surveillance system. His sneaky move didn't go unnoticed, for hang up now or Nora dies. Ethan had no option but to hang up the phone as instructed. He complied and locked his phone away in the cabinet. Ethan went from being anxious at first to being calm. He was quite a smart guy, but if it weren't for his father's troubled history, he would have already successfully become a police officer. He watched the police dogs working hard and understood that the suitcase definitely didn't contain any drugs. The other person kept talking to him to calm him down, hoping the suitcase would make it through safely. However, the occasional sounds coming from their side made him realize that the person was right there in the terminal. He pretended to listen while continuously chatting with the other person and paying close attention. Ethan had been working here for several years, so he was able to distinguish the various sounds coming from the headphones. Fortunately, he knew what to listen for. Thanks to his knowledge of the area around him, he quickly focused on a man wearing a black hat. You'd be surprised at how deeply I loved you.